Hello and welcome, Stormy Sensei here. It's all the way April 9th. I haven't streamed Star Rail in quite a long time. I just realized I'm going to have to sit through the update. That's not cool. Well, while we were away, the game updated to the new version. We are now on version 3.2, which is also the version that's going to be live when the anniversary of Star Rail happens. Apparently Star Rail released in April. Now the question is, has it been 1 year or 2 years? I think it's been 1 year. Because I started in November. No, it has to have been 2 years. This is the second anniversary. Because my daughter was born in September. So I was like on paternity leave during the first anniversary event. Which honestly I don't really remember much about. I guess they gave us the free character selector. Yeah, that sounds right to me. The free standard character selector. No, I started in November. No. That was for 3.0. That was why we had a free character selector. What did we get for the anniversary, I wonder? In April. Was I even really playing the game at that point in time? I'll have to go back and watch some of my streams, I guess, from that time period. Anyway, the banner that's currently live is Casterus. She's a pretty good character. She's alright. Pretty strong. Pretty easy to use. She doesn't really have a free-to-play light cone, but I have Bailu's, so... do I have Bailu's? Anyway, I have some high HP ones, so it would be fine anyway. I'm not pulling for Casterus, though. Has nothing to do with the global passive. If I liked her enough, I would pull for her. I don't really care too much about global passives or anything like that. It's just I already have Sela and Tribbie, Chingchua, and soon I'll be having Cypher, all quantum characters. Now, interestingly enough, Casterus uses a scythe, has a butterfly motif, purple color scheme. She's actually basically Sela. So in Honkai Impact 3rd, Sela has like a split personality. It's not really a split personality, it's more like they were one person and then story events happened that made them two people separately. And so the Sela that we know from Star Rail is actually the not original version of Sela, the evil one. And the Casterus is actually more like original Sela before the split happened. So if I were a little more crazed about Sela and a little bit more into Honkai Impact 3rd lore, then maybe I would be pulling Casterus. It is a shame that Sela will never rerun again, though. Because now her light cone is forever lost to me. I'm never gonna get it. Unless the devs give us, like, per anniversary, one shard, then maybe in 4 years I'll get her S1. If only they would just put the light cone on the banner. Even if Seela's not there, I would totally pull for just the light cone. In fact, if Seela were to rerun, I would actually pull on her light cone and not her banner, her character banner, because Seela's Eidolons aren't very good. It's like more crit rate, more speed, things like that. More energy when you get a kill. But like nothing actually increases her damage besides her E3 and E5. And even her E6 doesn't increase her damage. It increases the damage that the team deals to the enemy after she uses her ultimate by a fraction of the damage that she dealt with her own ultimate. But only with her light cone, you get a damage increase on her ultimate. No, you get a damage increase on skill and basic, and crit damage bonus on your ultimate based on how fast you are, and it increases your crit rate, so you can get rid of some crit rate substats and use crit damage instead. Laura, this castress is not my type. Maybe if you were into Honkai Impact 3rd Lord, Seela would not have been your type either. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't know anything about Seela when I started playing the game. I just saw that she was a character that had a scythe, and she moves faster than, like, you could see. Like, she basically left after images and things like that, and, like, that was enough for me to be like, wow, I want this character. Pretty much similar thing happened with Cypher. Like, before seeing her at all, when that Amphorius trailer happened and she was, like, super fast, I was like, wow, okay. I want the speedy character. So it was interesting. Someone on Reddit made the same comment that they were both purple butterfly-themed scythe wielders and Quantum. Yeah. I mean, it's not... I mean, I thought at first, like, okay, well, she has a scythe just like Seela does. And then later on they added the butterfly thing, and I was like, oh, that's, you know, cool. She has butterflies and also a dragon. And so I thought it was kind of weird, but like didn't really think too much of it. But yeah, through Hoyo Lab posts, I was informed, and also like some YouTube videos as well, I was informed about their connection in Honkai Impact 3rd. And people were thinking that, you know, it kind of explains Seela, because if you really think about it, it doesn't make sense for Seela to be this like superhuman, ultra agile, like assassin character with no formal training, when everyone around her is just like normal people. Like Japard is just kind of a normal guy, Luca is kind of a normal guy. But like, why is she able to move faster than a bullet? Why is she able to like cut billets out of the air? You know, maybe she's not from Belobog. And they were trying to like tie into the Greek mythos of like Castor and Pollux. So like Castorus is one thing, so like, and also Castorus says something about her missing half. But since then, you know, those were all the theories that were going out at the time. Since then, we've seen several other YouTube trailers from the Honkai Impact official YouTube account, and we know that she actually has a twin sister, and that there's a boss named Pollux, and, you know, there's all sorts of stuff that means that Seela has nothing to do with Castorus whatsoever. So she's just like a weirdo orphan that just so happens to have superpowers. Best not to question it. You're not pulling casters, are you pulling anyone else? Nope. Unfortunately, I have to sit on my tickets for forever. Not until forever. It's until what's it called? Cypher. If I were to pull on someone, it would be Fugue. No, you're thinking back to when Silverwolf was on the banner, and I was thinking about pulling Silverwolf's light cone for Welt, because it's like one of his better light cone options. Along those same lines, I could also get what's it called? Acheron's light cone, because it's a better version of Silverwolf's for Welt in terms of personal damage increase. But nope, I'm on the guarantee on light cone, and I'm on the guarantee for character. So I'm gonna kind of just wait. I've got 9 pulls right now, and can get another 83. So I'm at 92 so far, which is still not even enough to get the what's it called? They really want the whole like foot in the door. Like once you spend $1 to get 1 pull, then it's like, well, you've already spent money. You're not free to play anymore. You may as well just buy the $100 pack. And once you buy the $100 pack, then you get the special thing where you like, you know, get even more. The 1,000, that's only enough to get up to here. You wouldn't even be able to get a new character. You have to spend $200 with a top-up bonus in order to get the extra character. Were my hopes for Bartholos inheriting Zacharias' core flame? It could still happen. Can I look into my friends list? Yes. Have the moving avatar? Well, most of my friends are actually inactive, so I don't think anyone's going to have the moving avatar. Although it looks like people are coming back to the game. Yeah, not as many are inactive as usual. Like 22 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 20, 16, 14. Not bad, Star Rail. Not bad. Oh, like if I were to... Is this what you're talking about? Probably not, because you can't even see their profiles from here. Well, someone actually has a Casterus. Oh, this guy. Kasumi has a E6 Fei that I borrow all the time. Not all the time, but like maybe once a day. But like, why is it S1? Why would you get E6 but only go S1? I don't get it. Let me just coax my addiction like for a little bit longer, like for one more second. And go through all this stuff. And then do some story, because this will actually be the longest amount of time I've not just claimed everything. How do I... Oh, swipe and collect the coins. It's my first time doing this on PS5 as well. What is AA? How many million billion is that? I thought that BB was actually billions, and I was like lamenting how long it was going to take me to actually get there. But it's just, they didn't want to like say quadrillions or quintillions. So instead of quadrillions is AA, instead of quintillions is BB, hexillions it's CC. And you can kind of see that in... No, that's not what I want. It's in here. So AA, BB, CC, and so on. Like, I kind of recently learned how to play the mode. Because you gotta really use the venue level effect to the best extent. Because I was just kind of using just whatever my best unit was, and then giving them the all the upgrades. Not all the upgrades. I was actually kind of evening it out so that I could get all the achievements and whatnot. But you really want to look at the effect of stuff and then kind of go from there. So right now, Jingyuan gets 600% more revenue, but everything from the entertainment area is plus 200%. So when Jade, who's normally worse than Jingyuan, gets the buffs from Topaz and Aventurine, well, actually Aventurine only buffs Topaz, but when Jade gets the buff from Topaz and from this thing, and also from one of these characters buffs this as well, then she ends up being a better upgrade than Jingyuan is. But it changes every venue level. So like last time I was, the market area was better. So I had like Fei Xiao as my main. But now it's entertainment. Unfortunately, I don't have this last slot open though. And I'm not even close. Like I have to get another 900 AAs worth of coins. So I'll probably have to like wake up and get it in the morning. We'll see. This will be the longest amount of time if I do the stream for like an hour or two. This will be the longest amount of time that I've not been just like upgrading every couple of seconds in here. You can also go to manage venue. You can go to manage venue and see whether it goes up or down. But sometimes you have to like remove a bunch of people because instead of having Topaz over here, I could have Jiao Cho, and that increases Fei Xiao's amount by an amount, and it would lower it right now, but I could like do stuff to make like I don't know. Basically, you can't just guarantee that the one turn that you do. It's better to just keep track of what your actual revenue is at the top and make all the changes you want and see if it's higher or lower. right, we're not gonna do this for the whole stream because I could and I really don't want to. Let's do some story. I need to pull myself away. Alright, if I remember correctly, and it's hard for me to remember correctly because the game gave me 90 minutes of uninterrupted cutscenes the last time I tried to stream this game. It's just why it's been like more than a week since I've come back to it. There's something going on with Tribbie, and like she was having some sort of nightmare or something. I might have to rewatch my old stream, but she basically was having a premonition of her own death. And it was supposed to be like really scary, but I was mostly asleep, so who knows what actually happened.
It's a dead end ahead. Turn back, teacher.
Well, if you say so, Aglaya.
What? Aggie? No. It's an illusion.
Oh, I actually wanted to talk to her. Oh well.
Wow, this room is huge. Trinan, did you? Yeah, I saw it. Was that a warning from Oryx? What are you two whispering about? Tribbie? Trinan? Trian can't even hear our own telecommunication. Well, never mind. Trian suddenly feels like this place is quite familiar. Oh, there's a whiff of safari in this room. It's right over there. Over here. Follow Trian. Trian, slow down.
Even if separation is our fate, a futile death is not the solution.
It appeared again. Right here. I summon the Oryx. Stir up ripples of past reverie. Something's appeared. Wait, we should read it first.
Saffron is a code name for Tribbie.
Wait, this is a letter? It mentions something about Saffron and Tribbios. Isn't that name... Never mind that for now. Why is this letter here? And how did Trian sense it? Could it be possible that we were already noticed by Oryx and entered their trial? But why haven't they said a word? Oryx has the whims of a child. Perhaps they're toying with us on purpose. Come on, this isn't the right time to be playing games.
You mentioned earlier, or you asked earlier, how I had so many characters. You actually get stuff from leveling up the characters.
Sides of the same coin.
I actually managed to not use
Doesn't come easily for a mortal.
any of the gems
Are these visions also
until
fragments of the
like
past?
rank 7. When you get like the super pull option, and it costs like 300 gems at once. But I figured it would be better to and more efficient to pull on the more expensive banner than the cheaper ones. This quest is a lot more involved in terms of like, you know, story beats and whatnot. It's kind of nice.
Tribbie! Trinan! Look what I found! Is this the safari? Coming! We'll take a look. But Trian, there's nothing in here.
Time to go to the present.
What? It was right in the stolium. Huh? There's really nothing here. That can't be. I swear I saw it. I swear! Trian is telling the truth. It was right there. Where did it go? Trinan, Tribbie, why aren't you saying anything? Trian can't seem to hear you at all.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
We were just lost in our thoughts.
See how
Don't worry, Trian.
Trian is saying you and I, but Trina is saying we and our?
What you saw was likely, Yana's hair. We must have startled it away. Okay. Could Oryx be trying to make us falter? But why would they do that? Something feels off. Tribbie, don't you think this temple is a little too quiet? What do you mean?
Last time we were here, they're giving us
Might
hints.
just
And
be an illusion, but Trinan wonders: is Oryx really putting us through a trial?
or is it Thanatos?
Still no luck finding any safari. I suppose we can do without it. Let's try to convince Oryx. At least they didn't toss us out straight away.
I always think that there's going to be something behind this, and if I like do enough puzzles in the right way, I'll be able to get to this door. I don't think that's the case.
Whoa, Tribbie, Trinan, look at this! So cool!
Would you call this cool?
So many of us now! Man,
Well, at least they're all smiley. There are even more than there were before. I can't go back anymore. You must continue forward.
It's really quiet in here. Do all Titans live in dark places like this?
I'm trying to remember, is this the present? I think this is the present. Like, why am I here at all to begin with? Like, I remember that there was like some guy that kidnapped one of the trio. I really need to rewatch that last story stream. It all is so fuzzy towards the end there. Ornyx isn't here. There should be like a giant ghostly figure back there.
What's going on? Ornyx,
Oh yeah, you're right.
here?
They were going to go to Ornyx and ask them to send them to the past to show how they had got the prophecy.
Are you saying that the black-robed swordmaster is not just tied to the Black Tide, but is also hunting for core flames everywhere?
This is the most plausible possibility. First, it has a vessel that can hold core flames. Second, I'm one of its targets. Let's start with the first premise. Its peculiar ceremonial blade can interact with a core flame, as evidenced by the pull I felt when it stabbed into my chest. I hypothesize that the blade can sense, absorb, or even retain core flames. The second premise is even more explicit. When it was engaged in fierce battle with many of us and was heavily distracted, it remained consistently focused on me. Or rather, on the Titan Cerses inside me.
So it's plundering the flames. But if your argument holds up, wouldn't they be headed to Akama soon? The vortex of Genesis is full of the Titan's core flames.
Not necessarily. Let's call that person the Flame Reaver for now. If my presumption holds, that person has 3 targets. The first target is me. The second target is Ornyx, who hasn't yet fallen. And the third is Akama and the Vortex of Genesis.
Why not
where the
Aglaya
core
and Tribbie?
flames are housed.
For Genis and
I suspect Akama won't be the
Nestus.
first target. Kefali's core flame is guarded by the Council of Elders' arcane power. And Fagusa's water curtain should be able to block out any external perceptions.
What about Thanatos and Aquila? Their core flames are yet to be restored.
The whereabouts of Thanatos remain a mystery to all. As for Aquila, can you fly?
No, I can't. Why are you asking that?
Can that Swordmaster fly?
Good point. But what if they do grow wings?
If they had wings, I wouldn't have made it out of the grove alive.
That's a relief. Anyway, since the Flame Reaver has 2 targets, we need to move fast.
With the distances between Akama, the grove, and these potential targets, I believe we should bolster our defenses and...
Bad news, Finon. Tribbie is missing. The last time the 3 of them were seen was in the Abyss of Fate.
Ornyx! Are you in here? No response at all. Did they foresee that we were coming and hide in the fog? Or...
other people.
What? Listen, footsteps. Fast ones. 3.
Oh, it's like Finon and Don Hung and whatnot.
Come on, we need to hide. Whoever they are, we can't let them see us. Tribbie, Trinan, come check this out. What's this? Trian feels like it's so familiar. Tribbie? See you tomorrow. Where am I?
I'm sure I would have been much more impacted by that if I hadn't taken a week in between and had fallen asleep in the last one, and it wasn't at the end of 90 minutes of uninterrupted storytelling.
Little gray, snowy, and wait, where's Trian? Is she back?
We only saw the two of you collapsed on the side of the road when we arrived.
Danny and I looked around, but we couldn't find any traces of Lady Trian.
What about the black-robed swordmaster?
Blast it. Of course it's them. We were still too late. I fear something bad has happened to Orynyx's core flame.
Then Lady Trian...
She doesn't have much divine power left. We can barely sense anything.
Barely anything, so you still feel something? Also, I didn't see a body, so I don't believe they're dead. And in this game, apparently, you can see a body and still not believe they're dead.
That you're both safe is already a blessing. Everyone, we must take action now. We should split into two groups. One group will stay in the abyss and meet up with Aglaya's reinforcements, then search for Trian's whereabouts. The other group will come with me to pursue the black-robed swordmaster and recover the core flame.
You know where it's headed?
I didn't get to tell you this before, but Anaxa and I already have our misgivings about the Black Tide, so we've made preparations. I'll tell you the details as we move. Opportunities are fleeting on the battlefield. We should hurry.
Lord Finan! Ah, Lady Tribbie and Lady Trinan. I'm glad you're all right.
Did Aglaya's people get here?
Yes, Lady Aglaya already knows about the situation and sent along a message. Finan, I understand that Swordmaster is of great importance to you. But if you charge in without a plan, I fear that you won't be the only one who dies in vain.
I understand. Hatred is a hero's deadliest poison. I have no intention of fighting alone. If that Swordmaster really is related to the Black Tide, the Chrysos heirs must not take them lightly. I have indeed planned to return to the Holy City and discuss the strategy with Aglaya. We'll need all the help we can get for this encirclement.
Well, we split, as previously discussed. Hyacin and I will stay and regroup with the reinforcements. You go back to the Holy City with everyone else and tell Aglaya about your plan.
Renan will stay in the Abyss too. That way, both sides can communicate with each other if anything happens.
Thank you, everyone. Partner, Tribbie, let's go. We're back, Aglaya.
You should have come to me first, Finan.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Akuma is currently in grave danger.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession. I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment. Finan, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
Anaxa's discovery, that he just focused Anaxa?
This thing is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Yes, just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap. Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Cersei's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss, so he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side. She is the key.
I am?
We need your other companion too.
Ma'am, do you mean me?
I assumed Don Hung. I actually forgot that they could
Finan,
see
that
men.
battlefield you mentioned. Is it Castrum Crimnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with her companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Kremnos' past. That will be the key to our victory. We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside. Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver in the maze of time.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Akuma. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape. It's very clever, using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
Oh no, I've used up all my memory fragments. We're doomed.
Come on!
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident. By the way, the Council of Elders declared a state of emergency when Tribbie went missing. Kainos and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove, and are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the Chrysos heirs have outlived their usefulness, and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with eventually. But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Castorus ahead to the council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being. Finally, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go and retrieve the core flame, and in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Of course. You may count on me to lead the charge.
I apologize for tasking you to spearhead the plan once again, but Akama is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
He reserved the right to withdraw at any time.
I may not be as masterful as Trian when it comes to the Century Gate. Even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough time.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anax's capabilities.
Based on what I know of him, he can do it.
I don't think we're gonna fight, or I don't think Anax is going to get to fight him in this version because he's not available as a character in 3.1. You have to wait until 3.2, even the second half of the banner. So you wouldn't be able to like have him as a guest. You'd only be playing or seeing him in cutscenes. So maybe we'll show up and he'll already be defeated when we get there.
I'll be honest, we can't. But the Flame Reaver will have to step over my dead body if they wish to do you harm.
I mean, I would like to say I could take him even if you can't, but you've literally beaten me in combat easily, and even broken Dan Hung's spear. Stole my baseball bat as I was using it. So apparently you're pretty strong.
We are grateful to you for your aid, and to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May carefully sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
Who are we missing? Oh, My Day?
You mean Mighty? He's dealing with a different problem. Don't worry, that man would never miss out on this fight.
Too many characters.
Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
You and I, we are both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Moss.
I knew you'd be here.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
That's right. It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination is... turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain Breaker?
Sounds like you'd spoken with Cartonas. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller, right?
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways. Are
Protonus told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering, living a simple and peaceful life away from strife. But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around him.
He sounds a lot like you.
Yes. That is why he, too, faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, during one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Laedonians stationed at the foot of the mountain. The Laedonians were at war with their archenemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news. Laedonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer safe. Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news to his people. But
they didn't want to
Let me
leave.
guess. They refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
that's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry and sad. But he didn't give up. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done?
Leave with as many people as
On a
would follow?
resistance, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what Geocles did. He took the mountain dwellers' store of gemstones, and traded them with the Laedonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain. That great fire marks the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the holy city. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune.
They were hunted by Kremnoans or enslaved. Indeed, that is undeniably also part of their history. That is Geocles for you. The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many. Historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think that is? It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy. He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ashes. Then, forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
It feels very Art of War.
You've made up your mind.
Burn your ship so you can't retreat.
I'll be leaving Akama soon to fight the great darkness of this world. To shoulder Encoder's destiny.
It's about time.
So, listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, I stand opposed to the flame chase. Remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot.
10th
And the only way to kill me.
thoracic vertebra. Well, I'd be completely lost he would tell me that, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, I got it. Wouldn't ask any follow-up questions. I have no idea where that is. I was supposed to stab him somewhere in the back.
Go now. Battlefield calls. Send that flame-thieving hyena to their death. If you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky. Loudly call out the name of the new god.
That's the sound of an all-out war. Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise on his own. Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead.
No achievement. Maybe I should have a healer. Nah, it's probably fine.
No way. A Kremnoan?
Fine on space when he said that the face of someone who also doesn't know where the 10th thoracic vertebra is. Yep.
I didn't think she'd manage to send the Kremnoans to assist. Brave warrior, what's the situation on the front line?
Ackerman, why are you here?
What? Didn't Deglaya tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
I'm glad I betrayed you. That's not why we're here.
Deglaya, that vile usurper. I spit on her name.
Fair enough.
Hakim will be back soon. He'll be able to deal with you and that black girl.
Did she take all the Cremons and send them to their death?
The Kremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever. Did they come to fight on their own accord?
I feel like this is something Aglaya did. Like, the fact that they were surprised that even one Achaemen was here means that I don't think that any other Achaemens are here.
Ready to shine. Here you go, Master. Time to show you Actor Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. Watch this.
You're falling apart on your own. Never hesitate.
Time to reap. You cannot hide. Darkness charge.
Low risk, high reward. I could take 10 of you.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
The battlefield has been cleared.
That hurt a lot. Who do I replace here? I didn't see this enemy before. I saw that there was something weird going on the map, but I don't know why I didn't just like look and see that it was there.
Ready to shine. Nice job.
Time to lose.
I hit the mark. Ah.
I could take 10 of you. Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. Watch this. Yeah.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Awesome. Now watch this.
Hedge your bets.
Like a shadow.
Never hesitate!
The battlefield has been cleared.
I actually don't really know what I'm gonna do when Cypher comes out. According to her kit, like I've looked at pretty much every video that has any coverage of Cypher at all. And the version 1 of her kit, she feels like she would replace March 7th.
I can still. I must become king.
And that's pretty big. Like March 7th has been like the facial sidekick for forever.
We're almost there.
Can't see.
Once we take back the core flame, Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate immediately. Don't stay behind. The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mighty said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield.
Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us.
Finally.
Pent in the memories of the dead. Executioner.
You sure know how to keep a man waiting. Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed me.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Time to lose.
Oh. I didn't really think about the fact that this is a bad matchup.
Time to reap.
Oh well. We push forward.
Cannot hide. Darkness charm.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Darkness charm.
Time to show you what I can. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. Watch this.
Fangs and claws got dull. venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory
Okay.
is inevitable! Never hesitate!
Awesome!
I goofed,
Ready to shine.
I think. No, there was no way that I could have gotten through this anyway.
Now watch this!
All but one day to return to victory.
Watch your head.
Like the shadow. Like a shadow.
Yeah! I can take 10 of you!
The fearless knows not fear. That won't do.
Charge. Time to reap. Cannot hide. Darkness charge. Darkness charge.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oh, I get it!
Oh, I still have to break these guys? I was not expecting that.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Sure, I'll play along.
Return to victory.
Darkness charge.
Time to show you what Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this!
They're trying to overwhelm us with something. Split up. Take them out.
Ready to shine.
Oh, what a spirited display, deliverer.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5
The
seconds.
dice have been cast.
Team is
Or
an
maybe
interesting
I'll take
choice.
it all.
I didn't really expect to actually just show up and fight the boss like this. But maybe we'll just brute force it, it'll be fine.
Shadow. Time to loot.
It's on me. No dirty. Watch your head.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Darkness charge.
Hedge your bets.
Time to reap. Cannot hide. Darkness charge.
Awesome! Now watch this!
Darkness charge.
Time to show you what Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this!
The fearless knows not fear.
Darkness charge.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
This one. Return to victory.
Like a shadow.
You'll make good practice. Yeah!
Darkness charge.
The dice have been cast. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Oh, how unlucky. I didn't land on it at all. Really? Aventurine, come on, man. Like, that's all I needed. I needed the one of the follow-ups to land on him, and I would have gotten that earlier. That's okay.
Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this!
Time to cannot hide.
Get ready, Croc. And we'll have much longer.
Quiet. I know what I'm doing.
venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory!
Okay, so you just stay at 1 HP, huh?
How embarrassing. You didn't come down from the sky?
The city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door?
I mean, do I get to remake the team with my day on it?
Minion of the Black Tide.
Oh, he healed me up.
King of the Kremnoan Legion will be your opponent today.
Long time no see, Mikador.
Yeah, this is a terrible matchup. It's so funny too, how bad this is.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate! Too low.
Oh, that's actually not
The
so
dice
bad.
have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Such petty tricks. Like a shadow. Time to reap. Cannot hide. Darkness charge.
Awesome! Time to show you what. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, watch this!
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
It's the self-destruction. Let's send it up dynasty to examine.
Oh my! That was a good opener to the ceremony. We honor the fallen gods with this fight to the death.
Spend freely. Not dirty. Watch your head.
Never hesitate!
Oh, I should have known that I would be able to break it.
The honor of sharing your final resting
Oh,
place
actually, I'm not able to
with
just
a
break it.
departed hero.
Sure, I'll play along.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Darkness charge. Time to lose.
Oh, I win! Now us!
It's time to end this.
This guy is pretty strong. He's like taking on multiple demigods at the same time. That was interesting.
call. I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs.
Is this one big time loop? Turn to dust.
Witness this. New god has come to Castro Kronos.
I don't know. I didn't see a body. I don't believe he's dead.
Look! The warriors have returned!
What? Are the rumors true? Has Ornyx fallen?
As the Council of Elders said, we face a dangerous threat. Yet the price
Also, if we just completely obliterated him,
chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
did we get back the core flames from? I guess he only took one, and that's Ornyx's core flame.
They really gave the core flame of strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
What a noisy crowd.
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Ornyx is gone.
And so is
Ornyx was
Triana.
a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition. Regardless, the Titan has fallen. We must surrender Ornyx's core flame.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
Professor Anaxa, why don't you find someplace to rest first?
Since you're a walking corpse.
Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her. Just try to stay on your best behavior.
Oh, that's what happened? I thought that he was extracting Cersei's core flame from Anaxa, but I guess he pulled the other way out instead.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
It'll be interesting to see how Aglaya treats Anaxa, given how he's always like that woman and, you know, I can't stand her. Like, is it one-sided hate? Both ways hate? Yeah, that Flame Reaver, he tried to stab Maide in the back. In the very next cutscene, right after we saw the cutscene where Maide says the only way to kill me is to stab me in the back. I mean, they could have spaced it out so that it was not as obvious, but, you know, script writers don't typically put random stuff in for nothing. So there's some meaning to that. Maybe it's either a spy or it's just Finon. Which means that Finon is destined to become evil and then try to kill the other Titans and then die at the hands of Maide at the end? I've seen weirder things. I saw the Flash movie, so...
They have differences in ideology. Alright, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the intricacies of these relationships sooner or later.
Are we going to talk about Trinan at all?
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Ornyx's core flame.
Also, who's going to take Ornyx's core flame?
I have some.
Who are the flame chasers we've got so far?
himself off even more.
Maide already has Strife. Tribbie has Janice.
A lot has happened in the past few
Nesta
days.
for Aglaya.
You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Tribbie. Did Trinon bring news?
Nesta for Aglaya.
Yes. She has found Trian.
Oh wow, okay. Oh well, she does the way that she says it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I was about to say she said she found her, but her eyes were saying that that's like not that great of a thing.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. They also found someone else besides Trian.
Someone
He
else?
was no better than a corpse when Trinan and Hyacinth arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height. All to free Trian's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
Who's he?
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes. It's Crateros.
Okay, Crateros, okay. The old man that had kidnapped her earlier.
Stop! If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
How ludicrous. Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a
Wait, so
single
Flame Reaver,
strike.
your body is not made of flesh and blood?
Valorous death before glorious return. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell.
Okay, so if he has no interest in an empty shell, I wonder how this escalated to both of them dying. Probably because he's a Kremnoan and he's like, fight me anyway.
But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over, hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
Pity. And crumble like rusted iron.
Wait, what?
Good. Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the libations and incense offered by my descendants. Come, let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king!
But
For Amphorius!
he said he wasn't interested in fighting anymore. Hyacinth hasn't taken anything yet.
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder of that bitter taste.
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trian lost. Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacinth. Trian has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all. Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent. It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies. What about the Kremnoan veteran? How How is he doing?
I feel like there's a little bit of a difference between lies and being wrong, or suggesting that something exists that doesn't. That's probably neither here nor there, though. He should definitely be dead, right? Yeah, of course he's dead.
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing.
From breathing? Is he still alive?
I
Why?
had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good, no. Let's hope that never happens.
This is already nothing short of miraculous. When we found Kratos, there was no better than a corpse.
The parting hour is upon us. The golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils. Everyone, please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph. Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
Really? I mean, Trini just died, but I guess we could celebrate. It seems like an odd choice of words. Let me pick a team that is actually meant to play the game in this patch.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nikador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
Wait, am I the flame bearer? Am I supposed to take the core flame of time? Because we already have Mim, who can go back in time or change the past. And Hyacinth's a Sky Priest, and Finon doesn't have anything better to do. I don't know what he's up to. We haven't met the Ocean Titan yet, or anyone that has any ties to the Ocean Titan. Who else have we not met? Strife. Oh, the Zagreus, the Trickery Titan, probably would go with Cypher, because I think she's already a demigod of that. I'm pretty sure. Like, she's had it since forever already.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of history. I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Finon?
Yes. It just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
A rash decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames, for titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity. Our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end.
Well,
but this
plans change.
Unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow. But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Finan, Castras, Mighty, and Hyacinth. Tribbie and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity. The elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power. Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't actually be the demigod of time.
Yeah.
Like, they've been alive for thousands of years. Like, I got other planets to go explore. Also, I'm fated to die as well.
Give it a try.
So you're okay with sending me to the gallows? I have no idea why you're alive, but since you are,
forsaken you too, teacher.
May as well become a 4-star character. You can be Destruction.
It simply put my life.
I'll even accept you as an
in the hands of the
imaginary
Twilight
Destruction
Courtyard.
character.
That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned. But this isn't about me, Mighty Mos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
The power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel. My blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it.
Physical Destruction. He's just a normal human guy with like a spear. Not just a normal human guy, he's a Kremnoan. They're born like if you compare him to like Luca or to, you know, regular Dan Heng, like he's lived longer, like much longer. He's older than Maide. Maide is like several hundred years old. He trained Maide. He was the shield. Oh, he could be preservation. There we go. Another preservation character. He was the shield of the guard or whatever. Yeah, Luca is physical nihility. And we still need to get, what's her name? The Drinksmith. And Hule. And Oleg from Belobog. Even though he's like basically an NPC model.
I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed. You've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos. And now, you can at last bring our people home and reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
What? What do you mean by that?
Over 2 millennia past, past.
2 millennia.
Devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path.
Okay, I mean, that actually gives us a pretty good time range. So, Castos Kremnos has only existed for a little more than 2 millennia. Aglaya has been searching for over a millennia. Maide was not born at the beginning of this, but rather he had a long list of kings of over Castos Kremnos. Now, granted, the kings don't live to the normal Amphorius lifespan because they get killed by their sons. So I'm going to say that their lifespan is probably something like, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 years. I mean, it kind of is arbitrary. It's at some point in time, right? Like, they live more than 2,000 years. You know, what does it matter whether it's like 8,000? Now, I know that Hule was defeated 700 years ago? No, or was it 7,000 years ago by Jing Liu? And Jing Liu's like so old, she's like around 8,000, 9,000 years old. And she's like super Mara struck. And Blade is like even worse than she is, even though he's not as old as she is. But he's like died so many times it's kind of messed with his brain. I mean, my day is actually like 20. Possibly. I mean, he was put in the Black River as a baby, but he was immortal, so it doesn't matter that he died all those times in the Black River. When he had to get old enough to learn how to fight and whatnot, it seemed like he had been wandering around for decades, though. I don't think Kratos is actually like 60, because he served under Maide's father, and he's had thousands and thousands of times to protect the royal family or whatever. What are some other things about that? Like, I think that the Black Tide has only really been a thing for like a couple hundred years. Not a couple hundred years, but like several hundred years as well. So like, I think that time is moving really weirdly around here. Krypton's fight every day. It just means he's like 1,000 days old.
Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history, sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants. The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans hold so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition, mere anthills that could be crushed with a single touch in the eyes of the Titan.
You! Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years?
Again, thousands of years.
Mere words?
That pride holds little significance, Kratos. Now that I've assumed the divinity of strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
He's just gonna die of a heart attack right here.
This is an order.
Do not do this, Mighty Mos. I beg you.
Our history commenced in the year 2506.
Oh, there you go. Actual years.
Concluded in the year 4931. I, Mighty Mos, last king of Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is this?
My mother's signet ring. It served as a symbol of kingship. And I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Mighty Mos, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city you once observed with indifferent eyes.
If I were known, I'd be like, man, the king got soft.
No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out, one that leads to a brand new world at its end.
Like, he could have just said something along the lines of, hey, we're going to stay in this city for a while, and we're going to prepare yourselves, train every day, get strong, eat well, sleep well, because we're fighting against the Black Tide. You know, that's the greatest fight we can ever imagine, and then we'll decide where to live and what to do with our traditions after the fact. Well, nope. I was like, no, I'm going to make a power vacuum. Just when I thought Maide had, like, kind of grown up and was taking the responsibility of his people. There's still hope for him, though. Maybe.
Your messenger. Why not explain all this to them yourself?
Because only humans can guide the path to be trodden by humans.
You've been a demigod for like 2 seconds, man.
A lot of humans who crave the power of gods and spiral into madness for it. But humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind them.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
The one who persuaded Aglaya to set me free that night. Was that you, Mighty Mos?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
Taking on the core flame.
To my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. And I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the flame chase journey.
And what is next, Mighty Mos? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong. To fulfill my promise.
The flame chase journey?
The madness that has plagued Encoder and the darkness that has consumed Amphorius. It's now my turn to fight against it. There are some people to meet with before I leave. Let's go.
Temporarily added Maide. Probably not going to actually be able to fight anyone.
And what is next, Mighty Mos? Where will you be headed now?
He's Gregor, the ancient mountain dweller. He's got to burn the ships in the mountains so no one has any turning back.
Stay back. I alone am enough.
That was a special dialogue for being with Tribbie, I'm assuming, since he's never met any of these other people. Did I just see a nymph? I did. That's tricky. Very sneaky. Did it work? Oh, I had to do it multiple times? Oh, come on. Three more to get. Hopefully they're not as crazy as that one. I don't think he meant to go out and fight alone. I think he meant to go out and fight with the other with the other Chrysos heirs. I mean, there aren't that many of them. It's like, what, 5 of them? Aglaia named all the ones that she already expects. Like, you know, we have the benefit of, like, knowing that Hyacine will also be a core flame bearer. But she thinks it's just Tribbie, Maide, Finon, Aglaia. I don't even think that she mentioned Anaxa. Maybe she did actually mention Hyacine. I don't think she did, though. Alright. 18, 2 more left.
here, my Demos. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akuma through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time. Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, and adaptability to change. Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
And what is it?
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly, to seek your guidance.
Meanwhile, I'm
They
repulsed.
strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals.
It might also have something to do with the
That is
repercussions.
precisely what every ruler of Castrum Kremnos has been missing.
I am truly honored to hear that.
And even though I recognized all those qualities, I've decided to not be the ruler of Castros Kremnos, even though I could have been that ruler that had all those missing qualities.
And now, my Demos, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
I shall see Nikador's aborted mission through to completion, and become the strongest bulwark for Amphorius to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the Flame Chase journey, until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
My Demos, a new chapter awaits Amphorius. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years,
8,000
every
years?
word of
Okay.
that prophecy remains as vivid as ever.
So, Aglaya has been around for 1,000 years, not several thousands.
You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
Just as cryptic as all the other prophecies.
What's the reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offers. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, my Demos?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back.
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the Flame Chase journey in the first place.
You speak the truth. May you be destined for a powerful fate, and may we reunite in the promised
That's not cryptic at all.
Farewell, mighty.
Yeah, I agree. Not very cryptic. I don't know though. Like, I feel like... Oh no, never mind. I was thinking that, like... So I'm still, like, toying around with the idea that all this stuff that's happening in Emphorius is in just one giant time loop. And the introduction of the Trailblazer and Dan Heng actually are causing the, like, things to progress in a different path this time. Because, like, he could have just died in that fight against the Flame Reaver. But it was actually Finon that saved him, not us.
Is Lady Tribbios not here?
Lord Mighty!
Hyacinth. So you are the physician Crateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Tribbie, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
Okay, maybe she is
I
also
must
a
say,
Chrysos
it
heir.
feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well. Humanity has already taken hold of strife. One day, it will also reach the sky.
Yeah, okay, she is a Chrysos heir. She is expected to take the core flame.
I can do it? Even my ancestor, that hero of legends, couldn't conquer the core flame of Aquila.
Ancestor? Hero of legends? Pink-haired girl?
Given your good rapport with the demigods, you should know that the path to assuming divinity is never limited to swords and spears.
I feel like from now on it's going to be limited to swords and spears and baseball bats.
Rest assured, if fate has truly selected me, I'll be ready. Right. You are here looking for Lady Tribbie and Lady Trina, no? They're not around at the moment. Is there a message you'd like me to pass on to them?
No need. I've already bid farewell to Aglaya. Meeting with the Oracle is simply a matter of courtesy.
You've bid farewell?
I'm heading back to Castrum Kremnos to fight against the Black Tide. In all likelihood, I will never again return to Akama.
Oh.
On second thought, there is something that I'd like you to help me convey to them.
I'm all ears, Lord Mighty. I'll make sure to convey every single word.
Tell them that there is no longer a need to send scouts behind enemy lines. With a single message, the Lance of Fury will target anyone who dares oppose Akama.
So I guess actually he was planning to go out on his own and fight the Black Tide solo.
I'm all ears, Lord Mighty. I'll make sure to convey... Mighty.
I'll be embracing my destiny before you do, Casteress.
Can you feel Thanatos right now?
I don't feel them at all, regrettably. You've been painstakingly seeking that Titan for so long. Have you ever considered reaching out to me for help?
Since he dies all the time.
You mean?
Death refused to ferry me. If you were to send me to the Nether Realm, I may uncover clues along the way back.
I would never do that, Lord Mighty. Death is not a game.
You're right. That may very well be the reason why my people have struggled for millennia. They underestimated the significance of death.
So, are you returning home alone, Lord Mighty?
Returning home, you say? Maybe. At this moment, Castrum Kremnos is not just my birthplace, but also my fated destination. Work harder, Casteress. Go and do what you have to do, so that the trials we have endured may have meaning.
I will, Lord Mighty. May we reunite on the other side.
She'll take death for sure. Thanatos. I imagine the Nexa will eventually take Cersei's. Whatever that means. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna fast travel. It's not that far, I guess. Is it gonna make me solve the puzzle? Okay, it isn't.
King of Kremnos, without the signet ring, but looking more like a king now.
How observant.
No longer the king, Grand Craftsman.
Matters not the title. Surpassed all former kings your achievements have.
I will honor your trust and liberate the world from the clutches of fear. Nevertheless, I must request that you continue to watch over Phainon, Cartonis. I have a feeling that his fate will weigh heavier than all of ours combined.
Keep Phainon in mind, I will. Return to your home, brave king.
That's funny.
Together with everyone, I shall remain here. That thunder from Castrum Kremnos, we wait to hear.
Cartonis basically refuses to accept his resignation. The two nymphs that I'm missing are probably here in this half of the map, or like in these hallways, or in that town square, because I haven't really been, looking in this area. I know it's not up over there. I've actually looked all throughout there. So I have two thoughts. After My Day leaves Akama and goes to Caster's Kremnos, then will I be able to actually see him and talk to him as an NPC in that area? Will I get an achievement for doing so? Also, it somewhat makes sense. You know, Maide's had a lot of screen time. And he's also kind of overpowered. So we kind of need a setup so that he doesn't just like beat everyone for the rest of the story. I'm actually hoping to end the stream pretty soon here. Hoping that the game allows me to do that.
Outlanders. No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos.
It's Castrum
If all
Kremnos.
goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Amphorius.
Reflecting on the past and moving forward to the future, a challenge that I faced as well. Though we never had a chance for a deep conversation after all we've experienced together, you were also an ally of the Trailblaze, Maide.
That means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads. How about you let me guess what's on your mind? Are you gonna say something insane again, Trailblazer?
Just smile if you don't know how to respond.
Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling that you have a great significance for the future of Amphorius.
If I had control over what I had to say, I would not have said something nonsensical, but having control over what Maide thinks I would say, I'm definitely going to go with nonsensical.
With this departure, I fear that I will never again return. Can I entrust you both to watch my back and to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence?
Yeah, we'll watch your back. Can't let you be stabbed after all. Rest assured, we'll do everything we can.
You have my gratitude. Then, farewell.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let's at least snap a photo together to capture the moment, shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
This probably isn't the case, but I wonder if us taking the camera away is actually part of the problem. With March and why she's getting sick and being covered in ice. Looks pretty good. What do you think, Maide?
Feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos. But this one, it's pretty good.
Glad you like it. Make sure not to leave any grits behind.
I wish the same for you during your time in Amphorius.
Oh yeah, you're right. She was feeling ill before we left the Express. So it's not like, you know, the camera is actually an emanator of remembrance, and the only thing keeping her alive or something weird like that. Is he gonna be all the way at the like entrance to the city? So like as I'm leaving the area, he's like, "Oh, you thought you'd leave without saying goodbye to me?" I totally would believe something like that would happen. Not quite. He's in this little area here.
Hold on! Lord Mightimos isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Amphorius.
What's going on?
Well, I thought that the message was to bid farewell to Finon, but now it says to Akuma.
We salute the guardian of Amphorius.
Oh, all of them are saluting me. Okay.
We salute you.
What a kind gesture Finon pulled off.
Farewell, savior of Kremnos. It's been a while, Guardian.
Likewise, Deliverer.
I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak
I
off
knew he was gonna
without-
say something like that. Oh my goodness.
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time. I think I see more than just the Kremnoans here.
You're now the guardian of Amphorius, after all.
May triumph always be yours, King of Kremnos.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation? Dong Han mentioned that one today.
I should have
Alright.
stopped
It's about time for us
moving.
to part ways. Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiments.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
It's probably the latter.
You know what? You sound just like a Goliath this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions? Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mighty Mouse.
I don't think you've defeated it yet.
No need to thank me.
Because the Flame Reaver said, disappear into, like, iron dust. But when Maide, quote-unquote, killed the Flame Reaver, he was also just, like, red dust. So, like, did he actually just disappear? I didn't see a body. You know how I feel about not seeing a body. That means that they're all alive.
This triumph brings no delight. Or does it signify closure? You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster.
Okay, he at least recognizes that he's probably still alive.
Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. They should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out. And no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. Make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
Alright, let's cap this off with bro hugs and man tears.
Keep that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the Kremnoan warriors in my absence.
This feels very the end of 3.1 story. But if they jump cut me to Herta, I'm gonna just end the stream.
During this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me. And while I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the language is really missing that many words.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary. But if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library. I'll be on my way, Deliverer. Remember to stay alive till the final act.
Stay alive to the final act. Only I can kill you.
Same goes for you. Don't die too easily. May triumph always be yours, Mighty.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Well, who knows?
They wouldn't have been able to hear each other there. Why would you walk while talking?
Get up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training. Let's wrap it up for now.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it, Midamos?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son. For Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Midamos. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you
Oh, he
into
grew up
sea
in the Sea of Souls. I thought that he kind of like
It was at that moment
didn't.
I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role. That of your mother, Midamos. Your guardian.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected.
Even though we haven't seen Gorgas's form, I'll take her as a 4-star as well. Why not?
Kratos said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her face. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight. I always anticipated the sequel to that dream, believing she had more words of wisdom or guidance to offer. But now, I think I finally come to understand. That is all she wished to tell me. And now, I too am left with but one role.
We can actually like go to the throne again. Go slow here. I'm not even going to go. Can I leave? Oh man, I have to go through this. They trapped me again. Oh wait, no, I can exit. Yeah, okay. Pause and save. I'm not falling for that this time.
For this journey to reach its end.
Pause and save.
The wild wind carries with it the scent of rust.
Wait, what? Yeah, I don't want to get trapped in the story again. Oh yeah, I can keep running around in this POV. I don't know if I'd be able to like leave and go fight things. If I am, then maybe I'll try to get some achievements next stream. I don't actually know what achievements I could even get. It's probably going to be weird stuff like die 4 times in a battle and then win or something like that. And I don't think I can do that with the story version. But it's like a little past 1. We've been going for a little more than 2 hours. And I learned my lesson from the last stream. I can't trust the game to pace itself and give me like reasonable breaks. So I'm gonna have to just like cut it off in the middle of maybe the end, maybe an hour from the end, who knows. So we're going to call it there. We are going to go back to the Astral Express, this party car, and take a look at Start Real World progress, because, you know, a whole hour without actually touching it. Maybe I'll get into the BBs. No, only half a BB. I get to 1.2. I'm gonna have to like go to sleep or something. I really wanted to, you know, be done with this. Not be done with it, but like at least unlock the 1.2 BBs. I could probably get it by spending some of these gems into a new character, or like an upgrade to an existing character. It's like not even moving. So I'm just doing the hundreds of trillions, which is pennies basically. It's actually worse than pennies. Oh, there you go. We finally moved. We got 1 AA. No, time for you to keep going with my day. Yeah, that's not happening. I need to sleep. But I will upgrade all of these before I go. Looks like I get the most bang for the buck by upgrading my Jade. Another 20 trillion. Alright. Just like that, all gone. Another 800 billion. And nothing else gets better than that. Now I'm at 100 trillion per second. So every 10 seconds I get 1 BB. No, I get 1 AA every 10 seconds. So I need 1,000 seconds. 10,000 seconds to get 1 BB. Yeah, that's more seconds than I want to be up for. So close, but yet so far. Well, maybe Sunny will wake me up in the middle of the night, and then I'll continue managing everything from there. But if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Tomorrow, maybe I'll do a Smash stream. I know I'm going to be playing Smash tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be recording it.
A cake this side. Oh, you're here, benefactor. This is a souvenir I bought while strolling through Penacony. I've intruded on the Express a few times already, so I must express my thanks in some way.
80 seconds to a day, so it's 1/8 of a day. That's like 3 hours, right?
I heard they added sour dream potion into the cream for this cake.
That's still not even enough. I'm gonna have to like upgrade them, and then
your appetite will even increase. Perhaps the more you eat, the hungrier you'll get. Penacony is a truly bustling place. Every one of their dishes seems to have been made in a unique and bizarre way. But that's what makes them so delightful. It reminds me of the Exalting Sanctum. Have you ever had
this is my first time talking to Fugue on the Astral Express.
As soon as you take a bite,
I was
seems
surprised
like
to
it's
have
laughing at
her
you.
have voice lines.
Oh, good. It seems like my memory is still sound. It's a kind of short and crisp laugh.
Oh, I did want to show one more thing
Many
about
Outworlders
Star
have been
Rail
scared by
World
that sound.
before we go.
There are other foods too, like the Tuskbro wrap, which is actually... Forgive me. I'm suddenly remembering everything. I wonder what kind of scenes I would behold if I returned to the Sanjo.
So when you finish the main thing for the day, it records how much progress you made up until that point. But it doesn't actually like say anything else. Like it doesn't say what you've done since then. So it's like, you know, couple million here, couple billion here. And meanwhile, if I go to my leaderboards, I've made almost 1 BB today. So tomorrow's report is going to be crazy. Maybe I'll finish it in like half a second. Just because I've made so much progress post the expedition days. If you ignore story points, I mean, I think maybe. I actually don't know. I'll find out tomorrow because I basically, you know, just did everything in time yesterday or today. But since I've had today to grow, like, you know, there's no way, I'm sure, 100% sure that tomorrow we're going to hit 100% game completion because we're a third of the way there and it's been the first day so far. And if anyone's like me, then, what's it called? We're going to definitely finish the stuff tomorrow. Well, I figured since I opened it up, I may as well, like, just level up the characters one more time. Yeah, now I'm out of resources. And try not to die too easily. Till next time. See you in the West Wind. Alright. Next stream for you, Star Rail, probably won't be until like Friday or Sunday, something like that. Smash tomorrow. Unite maybe Saturday. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.